It's an honor to represent the United States Postal Service as we present the Mid-Atlantic Lighthouses Forever stamp, the 7th installment in a long-running lighthouse series. You know, the Postal Service has featured lighthouses on stamps many times over the years. They are some of our most popular topics for stamp collecting and customers alike. And it's easy to see why. With their mystery and their aura of romance, these beautiful beacons have fascinated people for centuries. For 300 years, they've guided mariners through treacherous waters to safety, becoming a symbol of solitude, service, history, and hope.
Well, people are drawn to lighthouses because they often stand in places of great beauty and they're picturesque themselves. But I think it's much more than that. People are drawn naturally to the edges of things, and that edge between land and water is the most magical one of all. Lighthouses appeal to our sense of adventure and to our yearning for home. At the same time, they beckon us to venture out onto the trackless sea, and they beckon us home to safe harbor. They're powerful symbols of welcome and farewell, of faith and guidance, of steadfastness and endurance, and of our care for each other. And I think that touch with the human soul is what makes them so powerful and so attractive to us as visitors and preservationists and everything else in the lighthouse world.
It is a phenomenon. People love lighthouses. Very rare to find someone who isn't sort of enamored with them. And I think what it is it kind of calls back to this more romantic period in our history, this idea of traveling by ship. If you think about it, all ideas, all goods, everything traveled by ship up until really only about 150 years ago. So this idea of lighthouses as these beacons, as bringing people in, as kind of drawing these ideas and these goods and these other ways of thinking into your country, into your city. And I think lighthouses are particularly great examples of that.
We have people come in far and wide. They have passports where they have visited different lighthouses throughout the country, and they're adamant about getting their passport stamped, having visited Thomas Point Lighthouse. But they are so cool and unique, particularly Thomas Point, because it does sit out there in the middle of water. But being out there, you really get in the shoes of those lightkeepers. You really imagine for a moment how lonely that must have been to be out there, but also beautiful and fascinating.
You wonder why we go to all this extent to restore these lighthouses. In my mind, it's all about history. They can stick a pole up as a navigational aid, but it's not the same. Once that lighthouse is gone, it's never coming back.
The stamps feature 5 lighthouses: Thomas Point Shoal in Maryland, Montauk Point, New York, Harbor of Refuge in Delaware, Nav Sink in New Jersey, and Erie Harbor Pierhead in Pennsylvania. Though they share a common purpose, each lighthouse has its own unique story with its own mysterious, eternal appeal. We are so pleased to present the Mid-Atlantic Lighthouse Forever stamps. As you add these stamps to your collection, or use them to mail a letter to family or friends, we hope they inspire you to learn more about the stories behind these historic beacons that have captured our imagination for hundreds of years. The stamps are available now, and you can have them delivered by going to USPS.com.